Hi all, I'm Lekha, Assistant Professor of Naipunya College. The topic I have chosen for today is the theory Structuralism. Many students used to tell me that it's a very tough topic. Actually, it is not. And I think Structuralism is one of the most interesting part of literature. So, before we get into the term Structuralism or the theory Structuralism, we should know what is structure. In simple words, structure is an order or arrangement. Everything has got a structure. A table, a building, a room, even a human body has got a structure. And moving on to the theory Structuralism, it commenced in France in the 1950s. And the name associated with the theory Structuralism or the movement Structuralism is of Claude Lévi-Strauss. He is an anthropologist and he is the first intellectual who applied the intellectual movement Structuralism in his works. And later, Roland Barthes, a literary critic, also applied this term in his work. This particular movement committed to the structuralist principle that everything is a complex system of interrelated parts. The very origin of structuralism is in the works of Ferdinand de Saussure. He is a Swiss linguist, and according to Ferdinand de Saussure, the very essence of structuralism is that nothing can be seen in isolation. So everything must be seen in the context of larger structures. So this looking for bigger structures of everything is called structuralism. Now we can take a look into the work of Ferdinand de Saussure. The title of the work is Course in General Linguistics. It's actually a summary of his lectures. It was written in the year 1916. And here we can see Ferdinand de Saussure, he investigates language as a structured system of signs, S-I-G-N-S. And here he put forward certain terms in his structural linguistics. The very first concept put forward by Ferdinand de Saussure is synchronic and dichronic. Synchronic is actually the study of a language of a particular moment. It's a study of the present usage of a language. Whereas dichronic is also called historical linguistics. It's a study of a language, the changes in language over a time. So from a particular moment to the present moment, what all changes happened in a language. So it's about the evolution of a language. It's a look into the history of a language. For example, the standard English which we are using now, it has got a history. So when we take a look into the history of the standard English, we can see that it originated from an East Midland dialect. So a dichronic study is not possible without the help of synchronic study. And again, a synchronic approach is not possible without the help of a dichronic approach. So this is the first concept put forward by Ferdinand de Saussure, synchronic and dichronic. The next concept is langue and parole. In simple words, we can explain it as langue is universal, parole is individual. So langue is an abstract system of rules and conventions which is shared by the speakers of the same language. So langue is a gigantic system. It is fixed, and langue can be considered as the principles of language. We can take English language as an example. It has got a system. There is vocabulary, there is pronunciation, there is grammar inside that system. So langue is something which is fixed, and it can be considered as the principles of language. Whereas parole is the utterances made by the speakers. So any individual utterances, it comes under parole. So a parole is possible only with the help of langue. The next concept is signifier and the signified. So according to Saussure, linguistic sign is the combination of signifier and signified. Signifier, according to him, is an acoustic image. It can be a sound, it can be a word or an image. The word tree or the sound tree or the image tree. So when we hear or see the word tree, the very first concept that comes to our mind is that of a tree. For each person, the trees are different. For one person, it can be a mango tree. For the other person, it can be a coconut tree. So the signified is the concept that comes to our mind when we hear or see the word. And about the relationship between signifier and signified, what he says is it is arbitrary. The relationship between the signifier and the signified is arbitrary. There is no any natural connection between the word or the sound and the concept. It is a result of an agreement. So my name is Lekha. Is there any connection between me and the name Lekha? Actually, there is no any connection. It's a result of an agreement. It's given to me by my parents. So that's the concept put forward by Ferdinand Saussure, signifier and signified, and the relationship between signifier and signified is arbitrary. The next set of terms introduced by Ferdinand Saussure is syntagmatic and paradigmatic. Syntagmatic is the linear arrangement of units and elements in a language. So that's a linear aspect of language. For example, I played football. I is connected to played, played is connected to football. So the pattern used there in that sentence is subject plus verb plus object. So just see how the elements are arranged in that particular sentence. Each and every element is connected to one another to form that particular sentence. And coming to paradigmatic, paradigmatic is a relation of difference between units belonging to the same category which is present in our mind. So it can be considered as associative aspect of language. So there is a cluster of signs in our mind. We can take the same sentence as an example. I played football. I can be replaced by other words, isn't it? We can use we can use they. Again, for the verb played, we can use danced, isn't it? We can use ran. So those are the signs which is present in our mind. So that arrangement of elements is a paradigmatic arrangement. So that's a vertical arrangement of elements, whereas in the first one, syntagmatic, it's a linear arrangement of elements. So these are the terms introduced by Ferdinand Saussure in his structural linguistics, and what he is trying to prove is everything has got a structure. Each and everything of the world, of the universe, has got a structure. It's a part of it's a part of system, and the system has got interrelated elements. Hope you have understood the points I have mentioned here. So structuralism is not at all a tough subject. So see you again in the next video with a new topic. Okay guys, bye.